Hey guys, I'm back, and today I'm going to look at Spielberg's new film, the BFG. This film is rated PG in the UK and was released this year. So the plot of this film is that it's pretty much the plot of the Roald Dahl book it was inspired by. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good film. I came out smiling. I thought it was one of the better kids' films that have come out this year. Definitely better than The Secret Life of Pets, but we'll get into that some when, probably the DVD release, because I'm not reviewing it at the moment. But anyway, that's a story for a different day. This movie really stands out because I thought the motion capture they used to capture the giants and the real life aspects of the film merged really well. I thought it was a very good technological improvement. And I think it's going to be one of those movies that, much like E.T., will revolutionise a generation, whereas in the 80s, E.T. was the big children's film and everyone knew E.T. and coincidentally Steven Spielberg. I think this generation will see the BFG as one of those films because it very much is. It is one of the better kids' films, and I think for years to come, people will see this film and go, "Oh, it's the BFG. It is an amazing film." Now, I personally haven't seen the original BFG movie. I know. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. But and I didn't know the book either because I haven't read the book. But what I do know about the book and what was presented on screen was pretty damn good. The score for this film was, of course, done by John Williams. I'm saying of course because nearly every Spielberg movie has a score by John Williams. And it works really well. It's to the merit of the film this time because there's one scene, when they do dream catching. So they go off and they catch different types of dreams. And the score that plays, I don't know what the track is called because I haven't listened to it outside the cinema, but the music that plays really made the scene work, because if it didn't happen, if we just had them catching dreams, I don't think the scene would have worked as well, because it melds the two mediums of music and film together, that scene. I think it's one of the best scenes, if not the best scene in the movie, because it is just beautiful in its entirety. The villains in this film, this is a bit of a negative. I thought the villains in this film were a bit tacked on and forced. I don't know what they're like in the book because I haven't read it, so yeah, I don't know what they're like in the book, but at least in the film they felt a bit forced. Some of the things they did I thought were interesting, and I thought the names of the villains were quite interesting, like Butcher Boy and Bone Cruncher and stuff like that. I thought that was quite threatening and quite fun, like to give them villainous names. But yeah, that was a bit of a negative. I didn't really enjoy the villains. I thought apart from the names, I didn't really enjoy the villains. This film is very, as I said, it's a kids' film, but it's very geared to kids as well because there's a lot of fart jokes, even from an actress playing Her Majesty herself. But yeah, there's a lot of fart jokes and there's a lot of look at me, I'm doing something stupid, yay, that type of humour. But if you see past that and you look at the different types of shots, the music, the plot itself, the acting, it's very well structured, and I think it will be a classic for children for years to come. So with all that said, the BFG gets a B+. I was going to say a BFG, but that's not really a rating. It gets a B+. So next time we'll be diving into the 50th anniversary of Star Trek with Star Trek Beyond. going to be awesome.